How geeked out were you guys to get involved with this project?
And I was so geeked out by it, I went and wrote a script for it 15 years ago just to get to be a part of maybe Predator history. And then, yeah, I was glad that it came back to me last year and I got to make it. I was only able to produce it because I was directing something else and had to go find a director and found this guy. I mean, he just was the amazing.
All the great elements and this band of rogue humans brought together, the planet itself, and it was all there. It was all there.
The main thing we had to change was that my version was all about Arnold Schwarzenegger, so he was the governor now. The world changed 15 years.
I mean, you have an amazing cast, and talk about the decision behind who's in this movie.
The only reason you care about these movies is if the human characters are right, and you need great actors for that. It's something we both agreed on. It's not usually in these kind of pictures, is get an elevated cast, and it just makes everything believable, because it's so fantastical, the world and the situation, that you need to sell it. So we just went and picked the best people possible. And Adrien Brody actually approached us about doing the lead. And when you have an Oscar-winning actor wanting to be in a Predator movie, you go that route, and that sets the bar really high.
This planet is a game preserve. And we're the game.
It's a big honor for me to get that opportunity to create a character that not only has the physical abilities to handle himself in a combat situation or whatever he may face, but also to have the kind of intellectual strength and the self-reliance and the technical and tactical prowess that make him a leader.
Adrien was very passionate about this project and really, really wanted it. And I think that ultimately the choices that we made were the best. And if we talk about, Adrien specifically, and I know that there was some concern, he doesn't look like Arnold. I think if we would have gone down that path, if we would have tried to mimic what Arnold looked like, we would have been persecuted for doing that.
Even Arnold's strength wasn't what made him prevail against a predator. It's outsmarting it, the tactical awareness.
If you look at soldiers nowadays, regardless of country, they look closer to Adrien than they do to Arnold. Not many people look like Arnold in the real world. So I think that I think it was an awesome choice, and Adrien killed it.
Please stop doing that.
It was interesting, the use of the monsters in the film. I mean, you almost took a Jaws approach.
I wanted to make this more of a horror film, where the original one was more action-adventure with some sci-fi elements. We thought to go the horror film approach, and not everyone has seen the original one, so you don't have to come right out showing the Predator. You can approach it as if it's its first standalone picture. I really wanted to approach it that way.
I like to do movies that I'd like to see myself, personally, so I'm a fan of them. I'm a huge fan of both the original King Kong and the original Predator.
Every time we had any sort of bigger creative decision that we had to make, we would always start from, what would the fans dig?
They wanted to bring back fans of the original, so we were very much, let's pretend we're doing a sequel to the first movie only. Forget anything else ever existed, and have it stand toe-to-toe with that and make it as good as we can.